What's up, everyone? Not even going to try to pretend I know how to pronounce this, but I've seen this here and there. I decided to pick it up and give it a try. The directions are as followed, so we're going to go ahead and put the noodles and seasoning into a bowl, get this water boiling, and then pouring that in. And because I'm impatient, and I just completely forgot that I have an instant kettle pot, but it's too late now. So the majority of the videos that I saw on this brand were on the shrimp or seafood flavored flavor packet. If any of you saw the last video, then you know that I do not do seafood, anything from the sea or the ocean. No thanks. Bye, Felicia. So this one is sauté onion flavor, so interested to see what this will bring about. So I do realize that this is a Vietnamese type of ramen. So I already knew that would be slightly different from the Korean and the previous Japanese udon that we had. But these are actually very interesting. The texture is somewhat thinner. As you can see, it's also a different color as well. So really interested to check this out. All right, so what do you guys think? Looking at it, I mean, nothing necessarily stands out. I will say that standing in front of the bowl, you can see the fumes coming up. Very pungent, I will say. I mean, really, what would you expect with a sautéed onion flavored soup, really? So I'm actually very pleased that it's living up to the name. But again, the smell pungent. You can definitely smell the onion aroma that's coming up. But there just also seems to be something else I can't quite pick up on just by smell. So let's go ahead and get our first bite. I almost forgot. With any good soup, you always need to test out the broth. And I'm not mad about that. So the broth, obviously, we all know was just made up the soup base and the water that I poured into it. And I still can't quite taste something specific, but again, I really do love the flavor so far. It does have a really good base to it. No spice that we're typically looking for or searching for, but just a good balance of just solid flavors in there. And those are actually surprisingly good. So the noodles, you can see again, we talked about the color earlier. The texture is obviously a little bit different from the Korean and the Japanese udon noodles that we've had. So I do think that part of the flavors I'm tasting is coming from the stir fry or the stir fried noodles. I'm assuming that these are. But honestly, really good just from first impression. This would be a good comfort food, especially if it's a rainy day. You just want something quick to eat. This would definitely be sufficient in those means. All right, so a few bites into it, I can almost taste like a beefy flavor, almost. Like I mentioned before, like the stir fried noodles, you can definitely taste that after a bite or two. The onion, you can definitely taste that throughout. The textures of the noodles, again, I know this is from Vietnam, so pad thai, we're all familiar with those. And these noodles obviously are not the same texture as traditional pad thai noodles would be. But they do have the same type of delicacy, I suppose you would say, from those same type of pad thai noodles. I don't know. Maybe it's just all in the same family, or maybe I'm just making it up. Either way, it's really good. So to wrap up, a solid 7 out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and slip up the rest of this. But thank you guys for watching. Again, I would highly recommend trying these out if you have not already. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.